Good day, traders. Welcome to another lesson on day count. Now, the day count is very important because with the day count, we have market making lower lows for 3 days of shorts and market making higher highs for 3 days of longs. We have market making higher highs for a 3-day setup, which is also 2 days of breakout. We have markets always making higher highs and lower lows. But the most important thing is when to strike, either for a continuation trade setup or a reversal trade setup. We have two types of trade setups: counter trend and with trend. We have counter trend trade setups and we have with trend trade setups. Now, understanding this, at a point a market will reverse and at a point the market will continue a trend. Now, these trend continuations can be an out of balance continuation, or which is also called opening range breakouts. Okay, out of balance continuation or opening range breakouts. Okay, now we can also have a counter trend setup, which can be also called opening range reversal. Okay, or in value reversal. Market goes back in value or stays out of value. So understanding these things, when I come to the market, I know that trading the SB system, I look at the definitions, okay, of 3 days of breakouts, which are trigger days, the kind of template we are in. We have two types of templates. We have a 3-day template and a breakout template. So in a weekly template, do you have a 3-day template or a breakout template? I repeat myself. In a weekly template, do we have a breakout template or a 3-day template? Did they close in breakout in a 3-day template? Did they close in breakout in a breakout template? Which will either continue a trend or reverse back to the opposite side. Okay, so these are very important things. I want to know when we are going to reverse or when we are going to continue. Do we have legs? Leg 1 closes, which will be equal to leg 2. Do we have inside days? And what is the definition of an inside day? An inside day presents two types of setups: a continuation of a trend or a false break reversal. At the end of the day, we are either going to continue a trend or we are going to reverse in the direction of the trend or against a trend. Now, do not be confused. Okay, these are very simple things. Now, right here, we see two things happening. We have a head and shoulders pattern, but then we have the opening range of Monday. Now, we do not have a day 3 triggered yet until a daily level is broken. If this market breaks out of Tuesday's low, a day 3 has been triggered. If that market, I repeat myself, breaks out of Tuesday's low, a day 3 has been triggered. Now let's take a look at an example from my playbook. have to go back to Stacy's work, his example. It's very important to work with hindsight. Hindsight pays. Yes, this is Stacy doing something very interesting. And look at this. We have day 1, day 2. What did we see? Market coming back to take out previous day's low and triggers day 3. 3 levels of drop will rise. So day 1, day 2, day 3. If the breakout of previous day's low, we may reverse or we may continue dumping down. How is price behaving when they break out of that low? 2 things are involved. Will we reverse? Or will we continue dumping down? Breakout, pull back, and continue to the downside. This is very critical, and we must understand this. So it's not all about, what is very important is, all your time of watching Stacy, do you really understand what you are looking for? I see so many people teaching SB pattern, people who just started watching SB, most of them of which I mentored, looking for a lot of higher highs and lower lows. We're talking about the day count. The day count is the process before we start looking at higher highs and lower lows. Hindsight pays. EuroCAD, the same setup. We have broken out of previous day's low. We have a day 3 triggered from previous day's low. 2 things are involved. We will either break out, pull back, reverse, or we will blow off in the direction of the overall dumping market to investigate Monday's low. So day 1, day 2, day 3 is all about, have they taken out a daily level, okay, for us to count? Is a daily level breached? You must always do your count. So you can see my chart very organized. I am always counting to the next setup. So I know that day 3 has triggered, which will do 2 things: breakout, pullback, trend, breakout, pullback, reverse. That's all. Or they go into a trading range. Okay. So I want you guys to take your time. Where is previous week's high? This previous Monday, that's the high of, this is the high of Monday, high of week. We have a new Monday. This is the low of Monday. So Monday, Tuesday typically, okay, sets the initial high and low of the week. One of these extremes will tend to hold. So within Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, one extreme should hold, either Monday's low or Tuesday's high, which is the initial balance. In every week, one extreme will tend to hold. From there, we can get our trend continuations or reversal opportunities. Let's take a look at gold, a more complex pattern. When we do the day count, we must identify everything inside days and all of that. On gold, we had a new Monday, day 1, day 2. Now this is still inside until it triggers a daily level. Okay, until it triggers a daily level, I am going to sit on my hands and watch how price behaves. So do the day count. arrive at an area where you can identify a setup. It can be a short squeeze. By the way, what is a short squeeze? I see a lot of traders talking about short squeeze. Short squeeze, short squeeze. A short squeeze is just an intense surge, okay, when the market accumulates, forcing traders to go short or to go long before they reverse the market to the opposite direction. But the most important thing is, can you identify a short squeeze? If you see a market performing a short squeeze, can you understand? Okay, can you understand? Do you know how it looks like? Okay, so can you identify what the market is doing? Major radius, can you identify if a second bounce, first bounce trade? Can you identify when you see it? Can you identify it? So first of all, we must identify. This is why in my previous video I talked about subconscious trading. Okay, subconscious trading. You need to see the pattern in your mind, visualize it in every scenario possible. A failed breakout, a perfect signal day, a 3-day reversal, a trend continuation trade. Visualize it before you sleep. Come to the market and it becomes very easy. If it gets complicated, step away. You must not trade the market if you don't understand certain little guidelines. Our job as traders is to identify a setup according to our playbook, and when things get clear enough, we position ourselves and manage our trade according to the rules. May the markets go with you. The link to the playbook, the rulebook, micro balance trade training, mentorship is in the description. Do well to like and share this video, and may the market